Hey guys, it's FTO back again with another video. Thank you guys for, by the way, for all of you that are liking, subscribing, commenting, you know, everything. Really appreciate it. It's another top 10 today, and I'm going to do the top 10 most expensive teenagers in football. So the top 10 most expensive teenagers. So as long as you're, you know, 19 downwards, you're to 13, you're basically a teenager. Well, blah 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 blah. So let's get straight into it. Now, in 10th place. For me personally, he is one of the best strikers currently in the world. Probably, arguably, in the top 3, definitely, in the world. He's an amazing player. Yes, I'm talking about Sergio Aguero. He was bought by Atletico Madrid from Independiente, I hope I said that right, in Argentina in 2006 for £15 million. That's a lot of money for a teenager. He was only 18 at the time. Like, this is my dream. But yes, it's probably not going to happen to me, but yeah. Aguero, we all know about him. He obviously then went on to, you know, play for Manchester City as he's doing now, and yeah, he's just a world-class striker. So definitely lived up to the hype that he had when he was a teenager. Right, guys, it's 9th place now. Now this player, I initially thought he had been at Real Madrid all his career, but he hasn't. He's, you know, he actually made the big transfer move from one team to another. I'm talking, and at the time actually, Manchester United were going for him, but obviously you didn't get him because he obviously then went to Real Madrid. I'm talking about Sergio Ramos. He moved from Seville to Real Madrid for £19 million. And yeah, he's definitely lived up to the hype because he's, you know, captain Real Madrid. He's won, you know, the Euros. He's won the World Cup. He's just a quality defender. For me, definitely, I'll say in the top 3 defenders in the world. If you disagree with me, comment below. I don't know why you would, because for me, he's just shown it day in, day out. You know, he's a quality defender. Sometimes he doesn't make stupid mistakes, but yeah, in general, he's a world-class, you know, legend of a defender. Now, in 8th place, this player, many of you probably might not know about him, but at the time it was, you know, a record fee for a teenager. I'm talking about Antonio Cassano, who was bought in 2001 by Roma from Bari. He could have actually lived up to it and become an absolute legend, but he did have a bit of an anger problem, which made him, you know, have a big clash with Fabio Capello at the time, who was the manager, which went all over the world. It was in the newspapers. He had a big fat argument, and it's all recorded. You can go and watch it on YouTube as well. And he also, you know, with his anger issues, only spent 1 season at Real Madrid. You know, if I wanted to go to Real Madrid, I would like to spend quite a few seasons there if I could, but obviously he had problems with the management and had to leave, so didn't really live up to his hype. 7th place is a player that, you know, literally this summer was being stalked by Chelsea. They put like 3 bids in for him. I'm talking about Marquinhos. He was bought by PSG from Roma for £22 million. Now, he was literally at Roma for 1 season. PSG came knocking at the door. We want you, Marquinhos. And yeah, basically he left because, you know, after 1 season at Roma bought him from Corinthians. And within 1 season, PSG saw how good he was and bought him for a record fee of £22 million at 19. So yeah, he's definitely one for the future. And I think he's going to be, you know, inspirational and, you know, really important to whether Brazil win the World Cup again in the future. That's how good he is, and whatever team he does play for, if he does stay at PSG this season, he's definitely going to be an important player. In 6th place, it's a player for me had, you know, a lot of people on his case. I thought he was a quality player personally, but you know, I think the rest of the world and definitely United didn't. I'm talking about the one and only Anderson, who moved from Porto to Manchester United for £24 million. Now, for me, he was a quality player when he first got there, but maybe didn't, you know, really perform to his high expectations. A lot of pressure was put on his shoulders when he was really young. Everyone thought he was an amazing player, but in the end, in his last 2 seasons at United, he actually only played 10 games. Yes, that's 10 games in 2 seasons. So, you know, for me, didn't live up to his potential, but I think that's because of the pressure he was under. In 5th place is a player you might know about, you might not know about. I'm talking about Javier Saviola. Now, he played for River Plate, and Barcelona bought him for £25 million at 19. I just wish someone bought me. Well, no one's going to buy me now, but yeah. Yeah, he's a quality player. You know, actually, he scored 60 goals in his first 3 seasons. Now, I know Messi and Ronaldo literally do that every season now. But, you know, for a striker at that time, at that age to score 20 goals in 3 seasons, that is pretty good. You can't ask for much. But yeah, you know, Pele named him in his, you know, top 100 players in 2004. Pele, the great player. By the way, happy birthday, Pele. He turned 75 the other day. So yeah, that's amazing. But yeah, Javier Saviola, quality player, didn't really live up to the hype initially, but yeah, he's a decent player, definitely. If you're talking about English football, you're probably going to talk about him. If you're talking about the Premier League, you're probably going to talk about him. Yes, I'm talking about Wayne Rooney. Now, he moved from Everton to Manchester United in 2004 for 26 million. I know people do say 30 million, but it's actually 26 million. What can I say about this guy? He's won the Champions League with United. He's England's top goal scorer of all time. I think he's close to being, or is Manchester United's top goal scorer of all time. Comment below what the answer to that is if you can. And yeah, definitely worth the 30 million Alex Ferguson put on him at the time. A lot of people are like, is it right to spend 30 million on an 18-year-old? For me, if you can live up to the hype, then yes, definitely it's worth you're worth, you know, however much, you know, the transfer is. So yeah, he's definitely one of those young players that has lived up to the hype. Now it's third place, guys. And basically, I'm going to go straight into it. It's Lucas Moura, who was bought by PSG from Sao Paulo in Brazil for 28 million. Now, when he was 19, 20, he was amazing. I was watching all of these videos on YouTube saying, oh my gosh, have you seen this guy? You know, this new Brazilian kid, he's amazing. However, now he's not really performing for me, you know, for PSG or Brazil. So he's not living up to his hype. He's still 23, so I'm sure in the future, you know, he's going to be a quality player. But at the moment, not that great. In second place, it's the one and only Luke Shaw, who was bought by Manchester United from Southampton for £31 million at the age of 18. Ow, it's just, where did they get this money from? I don't know. But anyway, for me, Luke Shaw was one of the best young talents in the Premier League before he was bought. So, you know, I understood why they spent, you know, a lot of money, but £31 million? To be honest, he didn't have the greatest start at United. You know, if you disagree with me, if you think he had an amazing start, I don't know why you would, but if you do, comment below. However, this season, 2015-2016, the start of the season, he was amazing for United. He was the best player on the pitch, literally, in every game for United. But unfortunately, obviously, in that PSV game, he got injured, you know, broke his, you know, leg, which was so unfortunate. It's such a bad injury. But yeah, definitely a top player. And I think, you know, once he comes back from that injury, he'll, you know, do amazing stuff for United. Now, in first place, it's the one and only Martial. Yes, the one and only Martial, who's come from Monaco to Manchester United for £36 million. That is outrageous. Now, to put that in context, I know it's, you know, years ago, but Zidane was bought by Real Madrid for 40 million. Now, that's the legend Zidane. I know that was years ago, but, you know, this is a 19-year-old that has been bought for £36 million. I couldn't believe it. I don't think half the world could have believed that Van Gaal put that kind of, you know, transfer fee for a 19-year-old. But what can I say? The guy is literally shut up all these critics. He's scoring goals for United. He's literally one of the most important players at United right now, because he's the only one that actually scores at the moment. So yeah, is he worth 36 million? At the moment, he is, because he's scoring goals. Scored in the Champions League the other night, scoring in the Premier League, you know, in more or less every game that he's played in. So yeah, well-deserved first place, and definitely at the moment worth 36 million. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe. If you disagree or, you know, agree, comment below as well. Please like, subscribe, share, do the whole lot. And yes, another top 10 will be coming out next week. Let me know what you guys think as well. You know, what the next top 10 should be, and I'll, you know, do that.